Let's now move on to sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is a characteristic feature of higher plants and animals. It shows two important features. One is there is formation of special cells. Formation of special cells, and these special cells are called gametes. Number two, these gametes are formed from two different parental units. One is recognized as the male and the other is recognized as the female. Therefore, sexual reproduction requires two parental units, hence it is described as biparental. These gametes are haploid cells. Haploid cells means they contain half the number of chromosomes, n number of chromosomes. And these haploid cells coming from the two parental units, the male and the female, undergo fusion. That process of fusion is called fertilization. And this fertilization results in the formation of a zygote. Though generally we say sexual reproduction is a characteristic feature of higher organisms, it doesn't mean that it happens only in higher organisms. Even lower organisms, including protozoans, including unicellular organisms, sometimes exhibit sexual reproduction. Based on the process involved in the fusion of these haploid cells, we have three types of sexual reproduction. Three types of sexual reproduction. One is called isogamy. Isogamy. Iso means similar, gamy means fusion. Isogamy is the fusion of similar gametes. Fusion of similar gametes. It simply means that there is no distinction in these gametes into male gametes and female gametes. They are identical, therefore the process is called isogamy. Another type is called anisogamy. Anisogamy. Aniso means dissimilar. Here, unlike isogamy, this is a process of fusion of dissimilar gametes. By dissimilar gametes, we mean they may be similar in their appearance, but one will be capable of either movement or bigger in size. So gametes will be dissimilar. The third possibility is a process called oogamy. Oogamy. In oogamy, the gametes are dissimilar in two respects. Number one, size. One will be smaller, the other will be larger. The smaller gametes is identified as the male gamete. The larger gamete is identified as the female gamete. The other difference is in their capacity of movement. The smaller gamete, which is described as the male gamete, is capable of movement, whereas the larger gamete, which is described as the female gamete, is stationary. So female gamete doesn't move, remains stationary. Male gamete moves, goes in search of the female gamete and fuses with the gamete to form the zygote. Sexual reproduction is an elaborate process involving several events, and these events take place in a sequence. Broadly, these events involved in sexual reproduction can be distinguished into three types. Events can be distinguished into three stages. Pre-fertilization, events. I was telling you earlier, during sexual reproduction there is fusion of gametes and that process is called fertilization. Events taking place before fertilization, pre-fertilization events. Fertilization related events, events that take place leading to the fusion of the male and female gametes, and post fertilization events, events that take place after the fusion of the two gametes, after the formation of the zygote. In the pre-fertilization events, the most important process is formation of gametes. Formation of gametes. Gametes are haploid cells, and these haploid cells are formed from specialized cells called reproductive cells or germ cells. So formation of gametes from germ cells. If you take plants for example, in plants we recognize a structure called flower. The flower contains male and female reproductive units. These male and female reproductive units contain germ cells, and these germ cells give rise to haploid gametes. So this process takes place in the flower in the plants, whereas in animals gametes are formed in reproductive organs. They are called gonads, the male gonad and the female gonad. These gonads again contain specialized reproductive cells called germ cells, from which gametes are formed, and this process of formation of gametes is called gametogenesis. So the most important pre-fertilization event is formation. So the process of formation of gametes from germ cells is called gametogenesis. These are events associated in sexual reproduction before the process of fertilization, so pre-fertilization events. These gametes get released, and in a suitable medium and suitable place they undergo fusion. So fusion related events, fertilization related events, so release of the gametes, and fusion of the gametes. This process is called fertilization, and this fertilization results in the formation of a diploid cell called zygote. This zygote becomes a part of the seed in plants, and this zygote now undergoes post-fertilization events, and these post-fertilization events involve formation of the embryo. The zygote develops into an embryo. This process is called embryogenesis, and this embryo may become the adult organism directly. For example, the embryo in the seed germinates into a new plant. The embryo in animals becomes the young one, and the young one grows into the adult. In animals, which are comparatively more highly organized than plants, embryogenesis is followed by organogenesis. Formation of various organs and organ systems. So at the end of organogenesis, you get the young organism, and this young one ultimately develops into the adult organism. So this is the process involved in sexual reproduction.